Hey everyone, it's Robin Dudley House, the Artsy Bohemian, coming to you from my studio in Los Angeles, California. It's been a long time. I've been super busy with my Secret Spooky Society, and time just goes by, and I really wanted to do a craft along video because I put this together probably at least a year ago, and I've been trying to keep it in this composition without gluing anything down, knowing that I was going to film it. And I just can't believe it's been so long. So anyway, this is a My Porch Prints digital. I love these colors. I'm not very much into blue, but I love the dusty kind of muted color of this blue. So I will put a link down below. Most of you who know who My Porch Prints is. And it's the Junk Journal Ephemera Pack Shabby Blue. There's lots of other descriptions that go with it, but it's so beautiful. I just love it. So I really wanted to put it together. I felt this kind of vibe going with the shabby chic kind of thing, and I really wanted to play around with it. So I'm kind of playing hooky from my other duties right now of filming content, and I just want to play. So what I'm doing is, and this is something you can do, and you probably already do this, is I take a picture. If I really like a composition, but I know there's tons of stuff going on and layers, I'm not going to remember if I start taking everything off. So I take a picture and I blew it up. Well, it's not really blown up, but it's copied from my photocopier so that I can have a reference. So that's what I'm going to do. And eventually it'll probably turn into a junk journal. So I like to gather things also. So again, like I said, I'm not much into blue, but I did happen to have some pretty colors that kind of matched with this. I might have even bought these at a flea market knowing that I was going to be making this blue journal. And this is very interesting. It's pretty old, I think. I thought that might be kind of, there might be some room for this beautiful old lace or trim. And yeah, just some other older pieces of blue things that might fit in. And I cut out a bunch of stuff from the digital that I got from My Porch Prints, so I could play around. And initially I think I just wanted to have one focal, and then I was going to use these pieces in the journal. But I liked so many of them that I just kind of started playing with the layers. And even though some of the layers are covered, it kind of adds to the richness. And so that's kind of how painting is, you know, or any kind of, lots of different types of art. Sometimes things get hidden, but you can still kind of see them peeking through. So I'm just going to work with this, and I initially had put it on a blue envelope, and it's not going to be the actual cover. The whole piece is going to be put on top of maybe a little bit larger backing, maybe like some chipboard that I'll cover. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do. But then I thought it would be fun to open it so that there could be a pocket on top of the cover, as part of the cover, I should say. And this is, I believe this is also My Porch Prints. I'm not sure. It's really a beautiful replica of vintage wallpaper. And then this is also some old, kind of old wallpaper that I might throw in there. So we're just going to play around. And I'm going to disassemble this. Oh, kind of afraid to, but I have my reference there. So I think I'll go ahead and take all these little tiny pieces off. And I think I had put a bunch of stuff under here, and I just kept covering stuff. So I'm going to do this part here. Yep, see, I had all this other stuff under here. So these, I don't think this is really any, these don't really peek through. This one does peek through, so I think what I'm going to do is, I don't even know what this is now that it's been so long. Oh, I was going to make a trifold, it looks like. I could do it this way. think I'll save that for another time. Oh, and this was glued on there too. That might have been what I was thinking this was going to be, the focal. So here's some vintage lace that looks like I had cut. And I love this old looking paper here, so these will be the first things I put down. This is like a grungy looking little doily that has a little hint of blue in it, so I'm going to use that, and I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I guess I'll do it this way. So I have missed all of you guys, and been, like I said, been really busy with my Secret Spooky Society. I'm going to really try, I think, to at least come on to the YouTube channel once or twice a month. So just, if you're not a subscriber already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And that way you'll be notified. It'll come up in your notifications whenever I post. So I'm kind of gluing this off center on purpose. Oh, it's already stuck on there. And I also, somebody had, when I posted this initially on my Facebook page, somebody had asked me if I burnt the edges, and I didn't, and I'll show you kind of what I did. Okay, so that one was first, I think. And then I had put this underneath. I'm not sure I'm going to use the whole thing. You keep looking at my... And of course you could probably cut pieces of this off if you didn't want to use the whole thing. But that way you could save, you know, some of it for another collage. Yeah, so I'm, like I said, I'm thinking I'm really going to try, the best time for me to, that gives me a little bit more time is the last 2 weeks of every month. So I think I had put something underneath this. That would be when I could post something on my YouTube channel, because I do miss it. It was just, it's just too much. I know some of you who have a channel know what I'm talking about, or if you work. I think this was like that. I'm gonna just kind of put some things down and just see if I have this right. And a lot of these I didn't distress because I kind of like the contrast, but I think I will just distress this a little bit. So this will just be a nice little video for you to watch as you craft along and do something if you want. And who knows where it'll go, where this will actually go. Like I said, I would like to make it into a journal at one point, but this will definitely be the cover. This was like this. Oh, and I think I put some of this underneath it too. I'm going to cut some of this. Might cut some of that off. I'll just put a couple layers down before I start gluing, because it really glues down quite quickly. Yeah, and I want to have a little bit of a de-stash sale probably after Christmas, just because it's crazy pants with shipping right now. I honestly don't really trust any of the shipping carriers at this point because it's too close to Christmas. And unfortunately, I have had things get lost, and it's so disturbing because I feel like there's nothing I can do, but then again, I feel bad for the customer. And I usually reimburse them by sending them another package, which is not good for me either financially. So, yeah, so I would like to have a sale after Christmas. So that's another thing you might want to subscribe to my channel for. Those of you who have followed me for a while know that I put together really cool coordinating kind of bundles. You know, maybe one that's all pink, one that's all, you know, neutral colors. I have so much stuff at this point that I've been buying intentionally to put together bundles. So you might want to stay tuned for that. And also, another thing that's been keeping me really busy is I'm back on the in-person teaching mode. So I have 2 classes that are lined up for next year. And one's going to be at Peacemakers, and one is going to be at Frank Garcias studio. And they're both journals. So I think you might be interested in that. So I'll go ahead and show you this technique I kind of do like I did here. This one looks kind of burnt. I like using the walnut stain from Tim Holtz. And I'm going to also use, so it's the walnut stain distress ink and the black soot. And I kind of been cheating and just squirting a little bit of the re-inker on here just to make it super dark. And then I'll spread my dauber in it, and it makes it really dark. And also, tearing it kind of makes it look kind of cool too, in little pieces. So see how dark that already goes on there? I'm not going to do the whole thing, I don't think. And it kind of, you can start kind of curling it with your fingers, so it kind of looks a little curled there. This is a little bit too much on here. Really go over the corners quite a bit and just stress them some more. And then I have a dauber for this, so I can't find it, so I'm just going to use a sponge and just go back over those areas again to make them look kind of burnt. Of course, you can always burn it too, but I'm afraid. That'll set my studio on fire. And just keep working it. The more you work it, the more it looks kind of distressed. You can even kind of crunch it a little bit. And burnt. So it takes a little bit more time than regular distressing, but I kind of like that look. Kind of roll these a little bit. Now that they're kind of, see that? That looks kind of cool. After you worked the paper, it's kind of weak and it'll roll a little bit better. And that's what I've been doing with that particular technique. And so this, most of these, like I said, I've distressed already. So this one kind of pulls everything together. All of the stuff came off. And I'm looking at my reference here, this one underneath. And I'm going to start just gluing little pieces on here just to, so this one went down quite a bit, this one went up. Putting together a collage is not quick if you want it to look balanced and aesthetically pleasing. I think this one went up a little further. But in the end, it's worth it. And the little butterfly is kind of what makes it. Here, there's like this intersection. Okay, should I glue this now? I think I should. I think these pieces are in their place. This one went down. And the old doilies and all the old laces that I have, those have been, I've been accumulating those over several years, and I look for them on purpose when I go to mostly flea markets. You can buy what they call lots. So the best way to look for them is to, and you have to look a lot because you might not find anything on the first try, go on to eBay and look under antique lace and trims and put a lot, L-O-T. And you'll get some stuff that isn't actually antique or vintage, but you can kind of look through it, and that's the best way to get fairly good deals. Some people just charge ridiculous prices, so I have a limit to what I know I'm willing to pay, and also because of what I know some of these things go for. Try not to buy them like in just one piece at a time, because that's where they're really expensive. The best way to, because you're a junk journal fanatic like we all are that watch YouTube, the best way to get a fairly large or accumulate a fairly large inventory of vintage laces is to buy them in bulk. Don't buy them one-offs unless you find like an amazing deal, like $1 for like an amazing piece, because that's where they charge you more. And they know that. The people that are on eBay know that they're not going to make as much money if they sell them in bulk. So I'm just trying to find out if I should put this under here. Oh, I think I have to put it here, like this. Yeah, because I will be putting some of those together as when I do my destash, and I like to put them together like by theme, and I like to make them look really cute and package them really cute. So yeah, some of you who've bought things from me know my MO for that. I hope this is looking the way that I wanted it to. I think it is. Just tack it down in places, and so it'll start to, oops, my butterfly just blew away because I took a deep breath. And then that way you'll have it all in place, and then you can glue everything down all at once. And I like the fact that it's going over the edges of the envelope, because like I said, this will probably go onto a larger cover. And it is, some of it's, you know, some of the images are being covered, but it just adds, like I said, to the richness of the layering process. And same like when you paint. It's like you paint, you know, your initial, you lay your initial image down or your paint, and then it just looks nothing like when you started. So this is a little different than what I had done, but I think it's okay. And this, I'm going to put this up here. I want the bee to show. This goes here. And then there's a little tear in this, which kind of holds this little piece, which I like. This wasn't originally what I had planned here. I can't find the original one that I had. It was like a little tag with some blue daisies, it looks like. Okay. This goes over here a little bit more. Cheesecloth is always a good, wonderful option. And then you can always take newer laces and just coffee or tea dye them. So happy just to be here, and I'm thankful for all of you guys that keep watching my videos, even though I'm not here all the time anymore. It's a bit much trying to do everything. When you're an entrepreneur and you own your own business, you are the accountant, you're the photographer, you're the buyer, you're the seller, you're the, you know, human resource director. You're everything. And I haven't gotten to the point where I can hire lots of people. Every once in a while I hire a lady who is wonderful, who helps me with my kits whenever I teach classes. She's a lifesaver. But I just kind of like being a little bit smaller and not being too stressed out. I really just like to create, and I'm grateful that people like my creations and that they want to take classes with me. And by the way, my Halloween weekend that I did in Texas was so amazing. The lady who owns the studio is just a firecracker. She's a wonderful, amazing woman, and she's extremely talented herself. And she just puts on these amazing events for her gals, and met a lot of new people. Unfortunately, I got COVID for the first time, and it was not fun, and I kind of got scared about traveling again, so I'm not going to be traveling for a little bit because my husband is a little bit compromised, and I don't want to feel afraid that every time I go travel somewhere and I come home, I'm going to get sick and then make him sick. So right now I'm just staying local. Yay! I think that came out okay. And it's ready to go, and I can just pop that onto a bigger cover. Isn't that fun? And I can make a slit. I probably should have done that in the beginning, but there's enough leeway for me to make a cut here if I want to. All right, I will keep continuing this adventure with this wonderful kit from My Porch Prints. She has some companion kits that can match this as well, and of course I don't necessarily follow the rules. Oh, I'm going to put my little buttons on here. It'll look different than what they have on their site, but I still love her aesthetic, and she puts together such amazing kits, and it seems like her kits are getting even better. She shows you how to place everything the way that it was meant to be when she made the kit. So yeah, she just like, I don't know how she does it. She makes lots and lots of really cool, beautiful digital kits for us who love junk journals, and then we can embellish them the way we want and just kind of just use them as a base. We can use the digital kits and the digitals from all these amazing artists as a jumping off point and for inspiration. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. And oh, you know what? I need to show you something first before I go. I want to show you what I'm going to be teaching at Frank Garcias Studio. I'm going to be teaching this beautiful journal, and it's not even done yet. This is just like a faux version of it, but this is the top. And some of you have probably seen a version of this from about 3 years ago. I had made a journal and it had sold. It was from when I was a designer for Graphics Fairy, and I just love it. I made another one because I loved it so much, and I knew that I wouldn't know how to do it if when I sold it, it was gone. Even though I have a video of the flip through. So I've decided to make it a class, and it's going to be made with that big old fat, it's the Frank Garcia Memory Hardware book, and we're going to stuff it with all kinds of fun little techniques, and maybe a couple of like, not tricky, but kind of interesting little techniques to add that are interactive in the journal. So I'm going to be calling her Lady of the Lake Junk Journal. It's scheduled for February 25th, I believe. It's not on the schedule, so don't even try to go there. But I wanted to give everybody a heads up. Once it's on the schedule, I will post it again, and I'll post it on my social media. If you don't belong to my newsletter, sign up for my newsletter. I don't really send out a ton, hardly at all. Actually, I'm kind of bad at it. But at least you'll be the first to know when to sign up for the class, because there's limited seating. It's a wonderful studio. There's only so many people we can fit in the studio. So yeah, this will be the first in-person class for the year. I'm going to be teaching another class at Peacemakers, and it's a takeoff on the online class that I have right now for the French Bohemian Traveler's Notebook or Junk Journal, with some new additions. And for those of you who have taken that class but never finished it or would like to expand on it, I think it's going to be a great class for you to take and just be there so that you can finish something that you've started, or work on a new journal. So yeah, I'm so excited. Frank Garcia Studio is beautiful if you've never been there before. And like I said, I will be telling you when registration is open. All right, thank you. Bye.